Greetings and salutations, it's only one gamer, and we are back with another video today, and I got my homie Stealth today, and we're going to commentate about life and everything. That's it.
I'm here. I'm here to discuss with only one gamer the brand new minigames that we could possibly receive in Minecraft Console Edition. So there's so many new ideas that could be a possibility here with new minigames, and to be honest, the idea excites me. And personally, only one gamer, what do you think about this?
It is quite enlightening, actually, because, you know, now that we have battle mode and Tumble, which, to be honest, at the beginning, I don't really think anybody saw Tumble coming. Like, Spleef, it's basically Spleef, right? A lot of people thought it was going to be Skywars, which a lot of people still want Skywars, of course, because Skywars is lit. It's one of the best minigames out there. But I have to ask you first, how do you feel about Tumble? Like, what are your thoughts about Tumble?
Yeah, I have to say, you know, the very first time I played Tumble, I was really on the fence about it because I didn't know what was going on, because they really didn't give you no tutorial or guide. They never do that with the game modes that they introduce. So they just throw you in and you're like, wait, what do I do? I mean, okay, there's a new game mode with snowballs. So you have shovels and snowballs, and you kind of, you know, when Tumble was first announced, you're like, okay, this is Spleef. I understand. Everybody knows how to play Spleef, right? But when they threw you into the game, they didn't tell you that there's 3 rounds and then that's how it ends. So you are playing and then you're like, how come the game's not ending or going back to the lobby? You know, it's just little details like that that kind of throw you off at the first, you know, impression that you're going to have on this new game mode known as Tumble. But ultimately, I think Tumble was really fun as I warmed up to it. But I definitely had some mixed feelings at the beginning, and my first impressions were a little iffy on it. But, you know, my favorite out of the two, including the shovel and the snowballs, would have to be the snowball section of it, because, I don't know, I like the ability to be able to throw snowballs, and you can also hit the ground and it works just as a shovel, so it's like double the effectiveness, and I think that's why I enjoy it more. And Tumble alongside Battle, you know, Tumble was a bit of a surprise, though. I am not going to decline that, because it definitely threw us all off. We're like, whoa, okay, because we personally, like you said, were kind of leaning towards Skywars, hide and seek, something along the lines of that, but no, they did Tumble, so perhaps Skywars is next. I don't know, but what did you think about Tumble?
To be honest, man, I was very, very shocked at first, because in terms of popularity, you would think, like, you know, because 4J Studios had that poll on Twitter. They asked all of us what we wanted in terms of the next minigame, and, you know, Skywars was definitely up there, right? But I wasn't disappointed with Tumble. I was very surprised. At first, my first impressions was like, okay, it's just Spleef, but then you got like the sort of the twist, right, that 4J Studios added with the snowballs. I was like, holy cow, it adds an entirely new dynamic to the game. It's a lot of fun, right? Who would ever thought like snowballs would be used sort of as a shovel? So I thought that was very innovative of 4J Studios to add that. Now, on the other hand, I could see how some people might not enjoy Tumble as much because, you know, it's not PvP. It doesn't really involve fighting or anything. You know, battle mode is lit. It's very hyped. You know, everybody loves, you know, to fight, you know, the friends, PvP. So I could see why some people were sort of disappointed. You know, it was sort of anticlimactic. So, but I think in terms of mini games, it's a lot of fun. You know, I have fun every time I play it.
Definitely. So. See, the beautiful thing about it is, and one thing to point out is, because 4J Studios likes to add their own twist to the mini games that they introduce, and I think this is exciting for the future, because if we see Skywars next, or a hide and seek next, you know 4J Studios is going to add their own twist to it. Plus, they have an immaculate build team that's always working on these maps for us, so you're always going to see something crazy off in the distance, or the detail is usually very on point, and that's one of the beautiful things about it. You get good maps, you get a spice, a different twist to what you would normally be playing with your friends. But yes, Tumble wasn't PvP, so I think, you know, with the introduction of the new update that's coming out soon, you know, it's gonna really spice up PvP even more, and that's why they may go towards the lines of adding like Skywars or another PvP game mode instead of hide and seek. Lucky Block could be in a form of PvP as well, so I mean, I think they're gonna add another PvP minigame for the next brand new minigame, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you know how much I love Skywars, period. So I think at this point, if they don't add Skywars next, you know, there's going to be riots. People are going to be going outside crazy, burning down trees and chasing cats, all right? It's going to be chaos if they do not add Skywars in terms of the next big minigame for, you know, the console. But at the same time, you know, 4J Studios is smart. You know, they do a good job of listening to the community. So I would think that they would add Skywars, you know, either like in terms of the next minigame, or who knows, the upcoming minigame after, but you know, they do a good job of listening, so I think it's inevitable that Skywars will come. Lucky Block would be a great way to implement a sort of a different way of engaging and playing mini games for the console, because we don't have Lucky Block yet, and obviously Lucky Block is like, you know, it's lit. It's one of the best parts about PC Minecraft. So it would be great for them to sort of add that in there, but yes, definitely, you know, hide and seek, you know, Egg Wars, Skywars, TNT Run. I mean, there's so many intense mini games out there. So I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's the community. The louder we speak, the louder we voice our opinions on what we want, the more likely we are to receive that.
Definitely. And see, the community, as I say time and time again, has such a big impact on what 4J Studios decides to do and what steps they take. And ultimately, that's why the opinions, you know, just like in the comment section below, guys, what minigame would you like to see next? Definitely let us know. You know, personally, I think it would be really interesting to see like a twist of Herobrine added in one of the minigames. They could definitely utilize that idea to the fullest if they wanted to. And they could add a cool, something like a game you would play on Black Ops with your friend along Mike Myers or something along the lines of that. They could utilize so many cool ideas, but it's ultimately what the community says and what they think the community is going to enjoy the most. So guys, definitely leave in the comment section below what minigame you would personally like to see. Is it Skywars, Hide and Seek, Lucky Block, or some of the others me and Stealth may have named? Definitely put that in the comment section below, because the community's opinion definitely goes far.
That's right, and hopefully keep your fingers crossed we get Skywars, maybe even a Lucky Block or Slasher, Michael Myers. So leave your thoughts down below. What will the next minigame be? And with that said, you guys take care. Can't wait to see you in the next video.
Yes, peace out.